Ready to hit the pause button on your parenting fails? Ready to feel better about your parenting? Welcome to Parenting Pause, the podcast, where all of you is welcome. I'm Leslie Potter, the founder of the Pure Joy Way, a mother, a parent coach, and a fellow traveler on this journey to wake up in our parenting. And I believe together we can make this a better world for ourselves and our kiddos. Wanted to talk a little bit this week about the tedium of parenting. I know I found for myself, because I'm a 24/7 parent, that doing the same things over and over and over again uh, began to be a little challenging for me. I had lived quite a free life up until that point. I'd gotten to do anything I wanted, whenever I wanted, wherever I wanted as a single. And here I was now, caught in this tedium, as I called it, of my daughter always needing to have breakfast and lunch and dinner. And it was really important for me. I found that I had to find a place inside where I could go. I call it my spiritual home, or often I'll use my safe seat as that. But it's a it's a place where I can go inside to connect with a deeper source, because I chose to become a parent. And when I keep remembering that, like, it's not being done to me, because that's how the tedium started feeling. It started feeling like something was being done to me, and then I felt like I was kind of losing my identity, because I was, caught up in this role of mother, and feeling like I always had to take care of my daughter's needs on demand, because I'd gotten really caught up in the attachment parenting idea of how I wanted to be. So I began to lose contact with, a deeper sense of myself, and you may too. And the more that happened, of course, the more resentful I started feeling, the more, taken advantage of. All these things started happening. So I had to find a way, because this had been a choice for me to become a parent. So I had to find a way to connect with that deeper impulse that drove me to be a mother. Right. So I had to connect on a spiritual level, because it was really hard on a personal level or a practical level to connect with anything other than, dirty diapers and making food and cleaning the house and trying to get my kid to go with me everywhere. And so I started, like, really, like, regretting it at times, and missing my wild bohemian life that I had had. And when I would do that again, I would get kind of gnarly and pissy with my daughter. And I noticed I would get much more controlling with her, and start to blame her for, my unhappiness. So my secret sauce, and hopefully this will help you, was to keep connecting with that deeper spiritual core for me, of where this impulse had come from to be a mother. And when I was really able to connect with that, I saw this as the next layer for me of my personal growth, my spiritual growth. And because I had had such a good life, I had gotten to do everything I wanted. I'd been, like I said, a wild bohemian. I'd done everything. But there was something else deeper calling me, and I wanna support you in finding that in yourselves too. I don't think, um, many of us that are listening to this, or many of you, I think, probably had this deep calling toward mothering or fathering. And so when we tap into that, we can go deeply down into our hearts and into that impulse. So when the tedium starts to wear on us, and, we get tired, and we start to feel like, oh my God, this is going to be forever, it's not. I mean, let me tell you, my daughter's 20 now, and those years go pretty darn fast. And so I started looking at them as a for me, a spiritual journey. I mean, there was a really deep alchemy happening inside of myself. I got to look at myself in a different way than I ever had. I got to work with repressed feelings. I got to, so much happened in this parenting journey. So when I could tap into that deep core of, okay, I'm here for a reason, that this impulse was so strong, it drove me toward this. I mean, I was 44 years old and, had to go all the way to China as a single mom. So that was a pretty strong impulse. So I kept just aligning with that instead of aligning with the mind part of me that got so tired of the tedium and just wanted something for myself. So I want to remind you today, if you're feeling that tedium, if you feel like it's never going to be over, if you feel like your daily needs are not being met, keep remembering that there is a deeper gratification. And if you can tap into that and actually ask yourself, like, what is my journey? It's not just taking care of my children or making sure they're okay. There is a strong, strong spiritual journey happening for you, right? You are being worked in a way, and there's an alchemy that happens. I mean, I can say that after 20 years, I don't even recognize myself from 20 years ago, especially on the emotional level. The amount of emotional maturing that happened in those 20 years is something that I never could have gotten in my wild bohemian single life. So my gratitude starts to build in deeper and deeper for this journey. And yet, when I was in the middle of it and my daughter was hanging on my leg and couldn't even take a bath, I couldn't go anywhere, I couldn't do anything, and the tedium started rising in me, it was really, really challenging. And I would always tap into that deeper and deeper root. So keep remembering to go back over and over and over to a deeper support inside of you, a deeper wisdom, a deeper calling that called you forth, right? To be a parent. And just know it's not going to be forever. It's this too shall pass, as they say. So the more that you can connect with that deeper source, the more relaxation, the more opening you can have, and to start to experience more of the pure joy in parenting. Thank you for listening to this episode of Parenting Paused. If you enjoyed the episode, do me a favor and share it with your mama friends. You can also leave a review wherever you listen, which will support getting the Pure Joy message out. Come on over to the Pure Joy Parenting Practice Facebook page or join me on Instagram to hear more. And don't forget to download your free copy of the Safe Seat course on the Pure Joy website. And while there, check out the offerings page to go deeper in the Pure Joy work.